George Harrison owned a lot of different types of cars, including sports cars. So I did a video on all the cars he owned all throughout the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Enjoy.
Much like his fellow Beatles, George Harrison was equally passionate about luxurious cars. After a successful 1964 world tour, Harrison began to indulge his love of fine motor cars. His initial inspiration came from bandmate Paul McCartney, who owned an Aston Martin DB5. Impressed by McCartney's choice, Harrison couldn't resist the allure and promptly bought one for himself. During the same year, he ordered a gray Jaguar E-Type coupe. The Jaguar E-Type, also known as the Jaguar XKE, was a masterpiece, sculpted with flowing lines, a long hood, and a sensuous rear end. Furthermore, it was custom-fitted with a Philips Auto Minion in-dash record player. Towards the end of 1965, Harrison added two new cars to his collection. The first was a green Ferrari 275 GTB. Designed by Pininfarina and produced by Scaglietti, the 275 GTB boasted an elegant steel body with aluminum alloy doors, hood, and trunk lid. Some of the distinguishing features included high bumpers, split tank on either side, and a longer nose than its predecessors. The second addition to Harrison's collection was a metallic black Mini Cooper S that underwent customization by a coach builder. Known for his wholehearted embrace of Indian culture, Harrison took a distinctive turn with his Radford Mini in early 1967. The car was repainted in a vibrant red hue, adorned with psychedelic images inspired by the book Tantra Art. In 1967, George Harrison made a notable addition to his collection by acquiring his first Mercedes-Benz, a short wheelbase 600. Harrison originally wanted a Rolls-Royce, but due to the extensive 3-year waiting list of Rolls-Royce, he bought the Mercedes instead. This luxury sedan was originally used as a demonstrator car for the Mercedes-Benz GB before George Harrison acquired it. It remained in its original factory color scheme of white paint over a black leather interior and was powered by the original 6.3-liter M100 V8 engine with mechanical fuel injection connected to a 4-speed automatic transmission. A couple years later, Harrison added a Ferrari 365 GTC to his exotic cars garage. The 365 GTC was part of the prestigious Ferrari lineup during the late 60s. It featured elegant Pininfarina coachwork, exuding understated sophistication. The dark blue exterior was complemented by a luxurious tan leather interior. Under the hood, the 365 GTC housed a 4.4-liter V12 engine and delivered a robust 320 horsepower. In 1970, when the Beatles disbanded, Harrison purchased another two Mercedes, a red 250 CE pillarless coupe and a white 6.3-liter 300 SEL. He acquired the 250 CE from his own father. Under the hood, the 250 CE housed a smooth inline 6-cylinder engine. On the other side, the 300 SEL 6.3 housed the 6.3-liter M100 V8 engine, the same powerhouse found in the flagship 600 limousine. At the time of its release, the 300 SEL 6.3 was one of the world's fastest four-door cars. Unfortunately, the 300 SEL met an ugly demise in February 1972, when George and his wife Patty were involved in a car accident that almost claimed Patty's life. They had left the family home, Friar Park in Henley, and were en route to London when George crashed on a recently opened roundabout. Patty had several broken ribs and was left concussed after her head hit the dash. She spent 2 weeks in the hospital. George escaped with just cuts and bruises. In the latter half of the 1970s, George Harrison continued to expand his car collection. He initiated this phase with the purchase of a used yellow Ferrari Dino GTS. Subsequently, his interest took a distinct turn as he acquired 4 brand-new Porsches, forming a special bond with these German sports cars. Among the Porsches in Harrison's possession were 2 911 turbos, specifically a gold 1975 3.0 and a black 1978 3.3. Both were part of the iconic 911 turbo lineage. The 3.0 featured a 260 horsepower engine, while the 3.3 upped the ante with 300 horsepower and was slightly faster. Additionally, in 1980, he added a 924 Carrera GT and a 928S to his collection, both in sleek black. The 924 Carrera GT was a lightweight racer, purpose-built for sports car competitions. Its 210 horsepower inline-4 engine delivered agility and precision. The 928S, on the other hand, was a Grand Tourer, a blend of performance and comfort. It had a 4.7-liter V8, churning out 300 horsepower, propelling it from 0 to 60 in 6 seconds. The tragic murder of John Lennon in December 1980 had a profound impact on George Harrison. Between 1982 and 1987, Harrison significantly reduced his public appearances, reflecting a period of introspection and mourning. During this phase, his notable motoring acquisitions were limited. His only major car purchases included a black Mercedes 500 SEL and an AMG 560E. Harrison ordered the 500 SEL with the entire contents of the AMG catalog. The options included a wired-in cell phone, which was considered a luxury in the early 1980s, spoilers, leather steering wheel, rear passenger picnic tables, and blacked-out chrome trim. The car served as Harrison's everyday transport, covering over 32,000 miles during his 16 years of ownership. In the 1970s, Harrison got interested with Formula One, which later resulted in a friendship with the iconic designer Gordon Murray. In 1992, this resulted in Harrison taking delivery of one of the first light car company rockets. During the course of 1994, George ordered another Gordon Murray design machine, a McLaren F1. The F1 was painted a unique color combination of dark purple pearl with satin black wheels. The bare chassis was littered with symbols of George's Hindu faith, as well as handwritten quotes and song lyrics applied in silver ink by Gordon Murray. The F1 marked the concluding addition to George Harrison's collection of luxurious and distinctive automobiles.